Hi, my name's Alif Musaji, also known as the Smiling Dentist. Welcome to my video today. Today we're going to talk about the secrets of self-mastery. I want to pay homage to a guy called Anthony Robbins, who's been an amazing influence on my life. He's a peak performance coach who I had the privilege to see many years ago when I was still just starting out in my career as a dentist. Now, he's not a dentist. He is somebody who talks to everybody, really, about trying to get the best out of themselves. And the things that I learned from him left very dear to me and have helped me throughout my life. And so it's been pearls of wisdom that I think can help everybody who cares to listen. Mastery of oneself is mastery of one's own state. Okay, because we can have times where we become overwhelmed or anxious, but these are not resourceful states for us to be in. Generally, these states do not bring out the best in us, and often we make poor decisions at these times and might sometimes look back on ourselves and think, what was I thinking when I said that? What was I thinking when I did that? So what I want to share with you today is how we can have some detail on how to think in a certain way so that we can keep ourselves in a resourceful state, a state that serves us better, so that we can try and get the best out of ourselves. Well, maybe not all the time, but for as much of the time as possible. Human beings are creatures of deletion. What do I mean by this? Well, every moment of every day, we are just overwhelmed with stimulus. There's so many things coming in at any one time, like the pressure of my bum on this chair, like the ambient breeze that might be coming across at a certain time. Sounds, both the ones that I want to listen to and all the little whirs in the background, like the cars going by. Smells, sights, all of these things are happening all the time, along with all the things that are happening within us, like the pulses that are happening of the blood going through our veins. If we were trying to divide our attention amongst all of these things equally, we would go crazy. And that's why we have to have a filter that allows us to prioritize some of these things so that we are able to really assimilate the information we get from those and sideline the information or the stimuli that we're getting from the other bits, so that we're not, I suppose, comprehending and appreciating them to the same level as the bits that are important. I want to introduce you to a concept called the Triad. Okay, so it's 3 separate elements. The Triad is made up of focus, physiology, and language. And today we're going to focus on focus. And what I want to share with you are the strategies to help you to focus on what you want to focus on, so that you get to live more of the life that you want to live, and explain how focus allows us the power to immerse ourselves in the bits of our lives that are important to us. Our ability to delete is our ability to allow ourselves to cope with everything that's going on. And what I want to share with you is the strategy that allows you to really focus on the things that allow us the empowerment that we need. Of course, we can focus on all the negative things that are happening at a particular moment in time, or we can choose to focus on all of the positive things that are happening at a particular time. I wonder which one will make you feel better. Now, I'm not saying that you should be unrealistic and live in this mumbo jumbo positivity. It's not what I'm saying at all. there are bad things that happen. Of course there are. And we must acknowledge when they do and learn from those things so that we can prevent them from happening again. But to wallow in negativity is something that I don't think is a useful or resourceful thing. It doesn't allow us to feel confident, feel positive, and to grow to challenges that come. Let me give you an example of how our brain focuses on certain things. Have you ever decided that you want to buy a new car, or you see a piece of clothing that you really like and you start noticing that everywhere? That's because there's a part of our brain called the reticular activating system. And when it switches on, it starts noticing things everywhere. That's why if you can focus on your goals, you will notice the secrets and the steps to get you to your goals more, because your reticular activating system will be switched on too. So take control and consciously choose what you want to focus on. And I assure you, you will notice it more, because your reticular activating system will be activated too. So if we are able to use our focus to focus on the things that we are happy about, the things that we are grateful for, rather than the problems that we have, the issues, the things that we can't solve, then we will be in a position of power, one that will allow us to feel like we can affect change in the world, rather than feeling helpless, trying to solve problems that we have no ability to influence or no control over whatsoever. So take charge of your focus. Human beings are creatures of deletion. So choose what you delete and choose what you immerse yourself in. And when we are deleting, it allows us to focus on the things to make us make sense of the world, because it will shape your experience of the situation. If we have too much stimulus coming in at a time, then it makes it very difficult for us to make sense of everything that's happening. So we've got to be able to put some bits to one side and focus on the bits that are important, because those are the bits we've got to make sense of. And let's face it, your experience of the situation is the situation to you. If you like today's video about focus, then be sure to join us next week when we're going to talk about language and how we can use that to empower ourselves.